Hi, my name is Paul Holzer. I'm a graphic designer for a global industrial electronics company. As part of the Marywood University MFA program for working professionals, our class met in New York City to tour studios, learn illustration techniques, participate in an educator's workshop, and take in all the creativity and inspiration New York has to offer. Our first stop was at the Type Directors Club to meet with Floyd Cooper. Floyd has illustrated more than 60 published children's books, over 2,000 book covers, and worked with clients like Budweiser, Hallmark Cards, Avon, Landa Lakes, Time Life, Black Enterprise, Hasbro, McGraw-Hill, Harcourt, and Highlights for Children. He uses a technique of applying a base of oil paint on illustration board, then removing it using a kneaded eraser or an electric eraser. The result is a foundation texture built upon additional layers of paint. Floyd's favorite medium is transparent oils that he uses to overlay. Right after college, Floyd joined Hallmark in Kansas City. He met with other artists after work where he would explore with other mediums. His dream was to move to New York City to become an illustrator. Some of his books included Grandpa's Face, Laura Charlotte, Coming Home, Be Good to Eddie Lee, and Freedom School Yes. Arnold Katz Photography is a fourth-generation photography business. They have discovered the necessity to change with their industry. They started in the digital photography business in the early 90s, so they actually haven't shot on film in over 17 years. The problem with early digital photography was the file dimensions. Once the high-res image was shot, they were only getting 4-inch photos at 300 dpi, and that was the best digital photography could do. In addition to photography, Arnold Katz Photography has developed a niche service for jewelry suppliers. David Katz, an Adobe certified expert, specializes in jewelry photography, which he feels is a demanding discipline that requires high-level skill in both photography and retouching. Using a Canon 60D, David can capture the beauty of jewelry in a 360-degree video. With his Photoshop skills, he is able to merge multiple layers of footage to maximize clarity and reflections from the metals, diamonds, and jewels. In final words, Arnold tells us, everyone thinks just because they have a good camera, they are a good photographer. Good photos come from the talent of the person holding the camera. Katz Photography tributes their success with the ability to change with the times. They base their success on tenacity, sense of business, networking, product on demand, and simply using voicemail. Anita Kuntz has recently been appointed an Officer of the Order of Canada, Canada's highest civilian honor. She has illustrated for the New York Times, Newsweek, Sony Music, Vanity Fair, and more. Her work is known for having a satirical and conceptual style. She has a BFA and recently received her doctorate from the Ontario College of Art and Design in Toronto. Her paintings and sculptures have been on display worldwide. Anita has been named one of the 50 most influential women in Canada by the National Post newspaper. Her illustration took drastic changes throughout her career. She became more interested in politics and doing things more meaningful. Anita started doing advertising illustration, then she started magazine work. Today, Anita's creative approach is to take a concept or person from the present and juxtaposition it with the past to create something new and interesting. For the past 10 years, Anita has been producing her own work for galleries and telling her own stories through illustration. Talk to Me was an exhibit that explored communication between people and things. Interactive was a key word for this exhibit. Interactive exhibits included interfaces, audio, video, communication devices, games, products, and environments. BroadwayWorld.com describes Talk to Me as highlighting the groundbreaking ways in which objects help users interact with complex systems and networks. It focuses on objects and concepts that involve direct interaction, such as interfaces for ATMs, check-in kiosks, and emergency dispatch centers. Visualization designs that render visible complex data about people, cities, and nations. Communication devices and other products that translate and deliver information. Expressive and talkative objects and projects that establish a practical, emotional, or even sensual connection between their users and entities such as cities, companies, governmental institutions, as well as other people. Talk to Me explores possibilities of connection.
Children's Book Council is the National Trade Association of Children's Book Publishers, and we offer our member publishers educational and networking opportunities and ways to advocate for the industry at large.
The Children's Book Council currently has 90 publishers, and their members span from large international houses to smaller independent presses. We were able to peruse the large array of children's book illustrations in our library. Shelves were filled with illustrations using every medium imaginable. CBC has sponsored Children's Book Week, a celebration of books and reading since 1919. Since 1919, they've been creating original posters for Book Week. They also sell a book that showcases all children's book posters to date. They have copies of all Caldecott winners since 1937. A full list of membership benefits can be viewed on their website at cbcbooks.org. Robin Landa showed us how she approaches design, creative thinking, and shared examples on what other educators and designers are doing to enhance their creative problem-solving skills. The workshop was also an active learning experience where in small groups we created products and services, illustrated solutions, and participated in presentations of our concepts and designs. Through play, we learned that we could focus. Fun allows us to just be. Through this, we'll discover an open mind and think more creatively. Robin tells us to keep journals. We can use them for writing and illustration. One graphic designer that keeps a journal is Pep Carrillo. He is a Spanish graphic designer that began to work on illustrated journals in 2007 as a project to create an image every day. They can be found on his website at pepcarrillo.com. Robin explained that when we are in a creative rut, we dig a hole and that hole just gets deeper. The best thing to do is to move and start another hole. We need to keep growing and immerse ourselves in greatness. If we struggle, let someone else get you out of a rut. The International Center of Photography is taking notice of the exceptional photographs in the magazine Harper's Bazaar. This exhibit is a product of high circulation and a highly respected publication. The glossy cases and pinned-up spreads show fashion and beauty as art and design. More than 30 images, from classic to cinematic, are on display by some of the best photographers today. Among the artists represented are Ralph Gibson, William Klein, Peter Lindbergh, Terry Richardson, Jean-Paul Goude, and Patrick DeMarquelier. In the 10 years since Glenda Bailey became editor-in-chief of Harper's Bazaar, she and creative director Stefan Gaunt have carried on the magazine's tradition of publishing innovative, high-impact photography. At the end of our study tour, we present our design concepts from summer assignments and participate in group critiques of our work. From these critiques, we push our ideas further and prepare them for final exhibition at Marywood University. What I like most about the critiques is the experience from the other professionals in the class. Everyone has their strengths in the profession, so the discussions are influenced by a nice blend of design and illustration.